All right, guys, here it is, the ace match, Game 5 in our first day of Tournament of Champions, and what a day it has been. Up at the top of the map in the red, representing the Team ZeNEX, and despite the last 2 games, I would say representing them well as their champion, it is ZeNEX.Life. And down at the bottom left part of the map in the blue from the team OGS, coming back 2 games to tie up the series, potentially take the match and move on. It is OGS SuperNoVa.
Yes, it is. So now I was half expecting Life after the leaving the game in that fashion, after the kind of the frustrating end of that, playing on tilt, to just drone rush his opponent. But no, he is going to stick things out, and we'll see how much he can recover from that very, very frustrating last game.
Yeah. Well, Daybreak is a great map for really all races. It's
yes.
quite good for Zerg in that you can take 3 relatively easy bases. You have a lot of running room to kind of get around the map. You can assault places from different areas with Mutalisks, with Brood Lords, and things like that. So I feel like if Life just kind of settles down, plays his standard game like we've seen, is prepared for Banshees, I think he's got a good chance of closing out the series. But SuperNoVa, you know, he's just shown how strong of a TVZ player he is. Shown last game really how well he plays under pressure. That has always been one of his strengths. So not surprising at all to see him come back in a situation like that, despite how crazy it was.
And we want to let you guys know what's going on with this tournament over the next few days. This is essentially going to replace Team Arena Challenge in our normal programming over the next couple of weeks until IPL 4. So it'll be Tuesday through Friday each week. Saturdays will still be Fight Club, as this Saturday we are going to have our reigning champion Empire Violet go up against OGS, the STC. But this Tournament of Champions, it's a 16-man double elimination tournament played out for $12,000 in prizes. First place is going to get $5 grand and an all-expenses paid trip to IPL 4. And entrance into the open bracket as well. We still have a bunch of amazing players that are still coming up this week. Of course, we have players like Jockji and Pult and Thorzane and Creator and Squirtle and Puma. It's list kind of just keeps going on and on. Yeah,
a ton of awesome players in this tournament. It's going to be really, really cool to see who comes out on top of this one, and whoever does come out on top is either going to already be at IPL 4 or get a trip there. So
yes,
if you're going to IPL 4, you could very easily meet the winner of this tournament.
Yeah, and certainly looking forward to that. Now,
it's going to be so great, man. IPL 4.
It's going to be amazing. Yeah. IPL 4 at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas, April 6th through the 8th. $100,000 StarCraft 2 tournament, $50,000 League of Legends tournament as well. And I mean, if you've looked at the pools, if you've looked at the people who have entered into the open bracket, and add on the fact that we're going to have the GSTL finals there with the 2 teams from the GSTL finals competing in the open bracket, it's going to be amazing.
Oh, man. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So basically, we're seeing fairly similar openings to what we saw last time. Quick Zergling speed out of ZeNEX.Life, just playing very safe. And pretty quick reactor to Hellions out of OGS SuperNoVa, putting down that bunker as well. We'll have to see. I kind of am expecting him not to actually go into Banshees this time around, just because he's done it for 2 games in a row. It's gotten him wins. Now it's time to kind of switch things up, because he's got his opponent thinking that, you know? And is that a second reactor going down, or is that just the first one? Okay, that is just the first one. I don't know why I thought it was the second one.
It was a little bit later than normal, so it's a couple of supply off because he decided to put down the bunker and supply depot and stuff.
Right. I'm a little bit disabled, I guess you could say, by the last game. A little bit shook up.
Yes, flabbergasted, as it were.
Well, not flabbergasted. That kind of implies you don't understand it.
No, just sort more like speechless. Oh, I guess I'm saying
blown
speechless.
away.
Yes, that's a good. I like that. What other synonyms can we come up with here?
Dumbstruck.
Oh, double factory going down for SuperNoVa.
Okay. All right, and is it going to be reactor on this one? It is. All right, so double reactored Hellion out of SuperNoVa. And, you know, this is a good decision. This is actually a fantastic decision by SuperNoVa, and I'll tell you why. Because each game, SuperNoVa has been going Hellions, right? And ZeNEX.Life has responded by making just enough Zerglings and Spine Crawlers to defend against that. And the keywords there are just enough. He's been barely holding it off intentionally to be able to drone up that much quicker. So the fact that there's going to be suddenly twice as many Hellions is going to be something that may come as a bit of a surprise for ZeNEX.Life if he's not really paying attention to things here.
And we'll see, he is going for basically the same build we've seen out of him the past couple of games. Layer Tech at the same time, third base at the same time, double evolution chambers, Lings that are going to be able to take advantage of 1-1 upgrades in just a bit. So nothing has really changed for him, but now SuperNoVa is producing four at a time right now. TechLab coming up on the barracks. See if that eventually gets a factory or switches to get Blue Flame.
Yeah, now this build, Zerglings have run. This build does kind of hold your tech back just a little bit because you are spending so many minerals on Hellions early on. But the trade-off is that you can potentially do just a ton of damage. And look at this, I love it. He's just kind of poking with 4 Hellions, bringing his other Hellions around the bottom here in a way that probably won't be seen. And this third base could be in a bit of trouble here. In fact, his natural could be in a bit of trouble here. The Zerglings not expecting to see that many Hellions.
Nope, immediately turning around. 16 more Zerglings being put up for life right away. And Queen could very well just die here to this pressure.
Whoa.
Oh, wow, just a handful of Zerglings making their way in. Pretty good split on them, so not a lot of going down at the same time. But SuperNoVa has retained all of his Hellions. More being added in now.
Yep, and with that many Hellions, you can actually kill buildings as slow as that is.
Yeah.
And that Queen in the back, a little bit of danger as well. So he's just going to sit there on that third base, I guess, just kind of camp that out. And he has forced a Roach Warren from ZeNEX.Life. That is going to throw off his entire build. He's still going for that 1-1 with the upgrades.
Yes, but now it's nowhere near anything he wanted to do. Yeah. So taking a look, the Queen has retreated off this position. Fountain Hellions are going after the hatchery with about 2/3 health. 16 more Lings being added into the 41 already on the field.
You know, I feel like we're actually just going to see Life go, maybe Roachling all in off of this. He's going to lose his third base, certainly. And with that, it's going to be very, very hard for him to continue along the strategy of getting upgrades so aggressively. In fact, it's going to be nearly impossible. But no, he's sending in the Zerglings now from both sides. Will it be enough to save the hatchery? It's so close. Oh, a great surround on the Hellions, but I don't know, man. Just so much damage coming out of those.
It's true, but there was a really nice thing there. It looks like he's barely going to have enough to clean it up. Very nice job. But SuperNoVa did a really nice thing there where he actually pulled a few of his Hellions back as the hatchery was getting low because he knew Life was going to move in, and he was actually able to take out a whole swath of Zerglings before they ever started attacking. Hatchery, just a little bit of health, and it looks like there's going to be a follow-up push with Hellions and Stim Marines.
I am just amazed that he saved that hatchery. That is so nice for Life because he didn't really lose a lot of drones out of that either. He's still been making them behind all this, so he can probably saturate this third base fairly quickly. Now he has Roaches to defend, so these Hellions are not going to do anything at all.
But we'll see if the follow-up, Marines plus tanks can. And there's a few of those coming out on the field right now. And once again, Infestation Pit, Bailing Nest, so SuperNoVa is going to have to deal with basically the same unit composition that he's seen. There was a Roach Warren pushed out, and 7 Roaches were made, but that's about all.
Yeah, upgrades still on the way here for Life, so he's still kind of continuing to try to do his build. You can see he's getting that Bailing Nest as well as the other gases. And let's see, what's the third base status here for SuperNoVa? Yeah. All right, there it is. He's going to get that Overseer. Yes, he does get it. Now, check it out. Look at that. That command center is definitely a lot later. That's what happens when you go for this double reactored Hellion build. You're spending so many minerals on Hellions that your third is very, very delayed. And the fact that he didn't kill ZeNEX.Life's third is a big deal now because of that. SuperNoVa is going to be a bit behind economically, but now begins the drop play. This is a chance for him to catch up.
SuperNoVa kind of shown a propensity for later expansions, though, so we'll see how much this affects his overall game plan as he's producing tanks at a time before. A bunch of Zerglings are going to go down here, not getting the best engagement at all.
Yeah, and Queen away just in time here. He doesn't want to use a fungal, well, he doesn't have one anyway, but definitely enough to scare the forces away. No, he knows now, or he's just going to drop again. Yeah. Where are the units here for ZeNEX.Life exactly? All right, there they are.
Yeah.
Very, very slow to get there with enough units to handle that. Did way more damage than it really should have. Only killed 2 workers so far, but he did, well...
Zerglings, mostly. I mean, he killed a lot of Zerglings.
Killed a lot of Zerglings.
But I will say he's sufficiently delayed his opponent long enough as we see actually a Spire and Hive Tech coming up, so it looks like it's going to be quick into... Oh, those Roaches really aren't going to get anything done. But SuperNoVa has been able to macro like a beast, and he's up by 25 supply. And this hatchery, it's not going to last long one way or another.
No, it's not. It's going down like right now. What a fantastic follow-up from SuperNoVa here as well. to go for just a standard Marine tank timing here and poke that third base. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see him fall back here. And dropping again in the main, so SuperNoVa just going into standard play. Sees the Spire. He could potentially try to focus that down too if he can kill these Zerglings quickly now.
Well, he does take out the base sitting inside of the pocket expansion. He's putting his own 4th command center up right now, and he's going to be able to dispatch those Zerglings very easily. And he is focusing down the Spire, which takes 100 seconds to build.
Oh, having to cancel that. That is rough.
Yeah, it is.
For SuperNoVa, or for ZeNEX.Life is actually quite good for SuperNoVa.
Oh my god, and I think ZeNEX.Life may be crumbling before our eyes. He took
so
the first 2 games. He lost kind of an excruciating 1 base strong cloaked Banshee play in game number 3, and then that ridiculous base trade in game number 4, and I just don't know if he has enough left.
Yeah, you know, SuperNoVa is getting such a nice lead here with the drop play, with taking the 3rd. Oh, he kills another Queen here, and ZeNEX.Life always going for it. He's trying to take out this army right here. Does he have enough, though?
Yeah, but he's going to lose all of his investors as he does so.
Well, the thing is that when Life dedicates units to taking out drops, that is just that much smaller that his actual army is going to be.
Yep.
And SuperNoVa continues to get ahead because you know what? There hasn't been any damage at all dealt to SuperNoVa back at his home base, too. I think SuperNoVa has the series wrapped up, man.
Well, SuperNoVa looks poised to move into winners round 2. We'll see if Life can make a big stand, but he's just working off of 2 bases, and 1 is just continually harassed. He's now lost 16 workers. He's lost a few of his infestors. The ones that are left don't have a ton of energy left on them.
Yep. He's getting that. He's got his hive up already. He's going to Spire. He's got to break this army. If he doesn't break this, the game is over. Nice Baneling hits, actually.
Yeah, they are.
Not bad at all. I mean, he still is about 50 supply down, but that was about as good as you could hope for in that engagement.
But, yeah, he takes out a couple of the tanks up at the top, but he hasn't taken any of the ones down at the bottom. There's a stim. He's going to run up, pick off a couple more units. No, just trying to get some infestors and Zerglings back into the siege tank fire range.
Indeed. So, a lot of infestors out for ZeNEX.Life. Not a whole lot else right now. And yeah, I mean, he's just so far behind. It's just going to be really tough to be able to macro enough to keep up with the strategy that he wants to do. So many tanks right now for SuperNoVa.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, he's just
moving
expanding
even
everywhere.
forward. Yeah, he's just basically taking the bases. He knows he's basically got the game wrapped up. Oh,
GG! Wow! All right.